Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you for watching the Astrology report. Last night was very beautiful night. We actually had 5 hours chat from the main channel, the chat group on Facebook. It was very beautiful energy. It was about 5 hours of purity, healing, sharing, and looking at these beautiful energies. Overall, people are kind of like looking right now for this new place, these new positions, these new situations, these new things from it. And on the upcoming days, I want you to be very careful what you actually do, act and react. We are going to be experiencing in the next few weeks of a lot of intensity due to Mars in Gemini. You might feel at the beginning of today a strange energy. That is a Mars Venus opposition, in, and that is going to be involved Mercury as well. So when a day transiting through Sagittarius for it, you're going to be experiencing that even at the end of this Sagittarius season, we are going to experiencing this work that needs to be done, talking about the destructions, talking about who destroys what, putting the shame and the blame, and so on. So, how this is connecting to what you're experiencing currently as emotions. That you want to be in a new place, they want to be in new things, you want to be a new personality, you want to change things, you want to rebuild things from what you knew. What is that coming from? That coming from that you cannot stay in the same environment that broke you, the same environment that you were raised, the same environment that you had these situations from within. Basically, because the place that you are, it reminds you about the gravity that was and created around you. Is the same thing that you can't fix the same gravity fields because of people, situations, memories, or things that are around you that actually they affecting you, and it's more hard for you to heal. You're looking at for something to develop from within. That is you, and that's why a lot of you right now don't feel like they can fulfill their purpose. So as of today, you are going to experiencing that fight from within you between Venus and Mars. It's going to be more intense. But during this time, you have two energies you to work for. The one energy that is a divine energy is from Uranus and the North Node about love, and the other one it is the fight of the ego-based situations between Venus, Mars, and Mercury. What has been told, what has been taught, and so on. Actually, this fight is going to end by December 7th. Okay, this energy is going to begin to be a very intense today. It's going to be about 8 p.m. That this energy you're going to pay more attention. You're going to feeling at the beginning of today this energy is rising up. It's going to go into the ascendant at 8 p.m. Exactly. That's going to be it's going to be the focus, and this situation could be intense, very intense. And if you don't fix it from within, there's going to begin this lack of sleep, this lack of situations. You're going to review and write and so on and so on. And this energy is going to be affecting you. It's going to affect four zodiac signs that I'm going to be giving you to you. So pay attention from in your own self. All right, guys. So let me go with the daily charts. And so the four zodiac signs that I'm talking about, they are Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Why? We are having Jupiter that begins to move very slow forward. In Pisces, we have Neptune there is in Pisces. But that is going to begin to squaring with Mars. And right now, when Venus and Mercury begin to transitions to Sagittarius, there are going to be a squares later on with all this. And if you have anything on Virgo for it, that it's going to be squaring Mars and opposing all this, and also squaring things that are in Sagittarius, you might be going to be affected with these situations from within you. What is that all about, though? That is it about, if you look at it, those are the duality signs. That is it, to remove the duality within the friendships, to understand your situations about the friendships, which is Gemini. That is the organizations. Strive for perfections, but there is nothing perfect. You have to understand that perfections is within the truth of imperfections. That's what is a big lessons in there. On the Sagittarius, that is a that it's not only about you, that everyone have to pay center of attentions of you. You have to be the center of attentions of yourself, of what you're giving to others. Usually in Sagittarius, this is how we expressing our emotions, our situations from within. There could be a two ways. That is, could be this very important personality within you that is like, look at me, who I am. Everyone have to pay attention within me, and so on. Or that could be the personality that inspire everyone else. The one thing is taking, the other one is giving. So it's going to be a lot of lessons from within. And the fourth zodiac sign, that is Pisces. In the Pisces, that is it, the mystery. That is it, the mysteries from within. The mysteries that are at the end there, with hidden from within you. That's what they call mysteries. You to find all the mysteries, but also in the Pisces, that is right there. It's a lot of the deceiving manipulations and so on, things that are hidden behind the surface. So during this energies, things can be get a lot of awkward. But if you follow the divine energies, you're following the divine peace from within you, you're gonna be going okay. To remind you that until Christmas time, we're gonna have intense energies. Let's be honest with this. So if you feel these energies of within you, you needed a new place, you need a new environment where you actually can heal from within you, because you can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. So, talking about 7 o'clock, the energies, midheaven is at 20 degrees of Virgo. You're going to feel in these organizations between Venus and Mars, because that's going to square Mars, who is in 20 degrees of Gemini. The good part is retrograde, but it's still Mars. Okay. Masculine looks for more requirements, more proofs, more situations in order he to open up. Venus and Mercury, they are 12 degrees and 14 degrees of Sag, and they are opposing, begin to opposing this Mars there. Midheaven is at 20 degrees of Virgo, which is a perfect square with Mars. And Mars is in square with Neptune. Mars sees the visions, the wrong visions, maybe not letting go of the past. Maybe something from the past is still holding Mars within yourself. You're holding a grudge, you're holding a situations from all this. As Venus and Mercury they are transiting towards, they're going to begin to squaring. First of all, they're going to be squaring Neptune, and then they're going to be squaring Jupiter while entering into areas. So we are going to have some more intensity coming in, but overall, you may going to feel today of more relaxed if you don't your inner work within, because you follow it, the divine energies there from Uranus and the North Node towards Venus and Mercury. You trusting the divine from within you. So that is going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning. The ascendant actually is there. It is opposing Mars, and begin to kind of like show you what you are going to deal with this energies later on. This energy is going to be very intense. They're going to comes into you. They are going to be feeling it so much, and you're going to understand what it is about it. Midheaven, though, it is in Libra. It is in Libra at 7 degrees. It is opposing Uranus, and it squares the moon that right now is in Capricorn. but the moon wants to work with Uranus. The moon is in a beautiful trine with the universe, and she is looking for that divine energies inside. People can reach inside of it, beautiful divine energies, using those divine energies. They're going to help you a lot. You need to trust within the divine, have faith within the divine, that this is a divine process and so on. But be careful with this Mercury, Venus, Mars opposition. That can lead to a lot of scandals, that can lead to a lot of aggravation communications, that can lead to a lot of point fingers, that can be putting the blame and the shame or publicly expressions and so on and so on. So be careful with this intensity because people have a fight from within and they try to bring that fight to others. No, it is the fight of internally inside of you. Don't bring your internal fight to others, but use the divine energies to calm the storm from within you. That's why Mars is retrograde. All right. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, the midheaven it's still at Libra, 23 degrees. Divine energies with Neptune. You see these divine energies. Lilith is in divine energies with the authority with the sun. There is a lot of divine energies and this play, these situations from within. The moon right now has a very beautiful trine also with the North Node. You are going to get these energies inside. You're going to feel your intuition is going to tell you to use the divine, to live within the divine hands, whatever your situation is. Specifically when it comes to a relationship, because midheaven is in Libra, the house of the relationship. Midheaven is in trine with Mars, and Mars is in trine with Saturn. Learn it. You learn it how to behave within the relationships, but how that begins first. Order from within. If you distort energies within yourself, then it's going to be distort energies with everybody else. So that's what you are going to look to transform from within. You're going to find these mistransformations from within yourself that are coming from the square between midheaven and Pluto. All right. The ascendant is at 29 degrees of Sag. It's opposing Mars and Lilith. Be mindful about this. This is only a vision of situations that you are going to have to deal later on within about 4 hours from now. 10 o'clock. Midheaven is at Scorpio opposing Uranus. I mean, this energy is a shadow. There's something in the shadow. It's something in the underworld. You're looking deeply from within. What else I have to clean? Whatever I have to heal, of course. But midheaven isn't sextile with the moon, and the moon trine the Uranus and the North Node. You have to do the work in yourself. That's what the moon is in Capricorn. You're doing the work on Earth. A lot of the people they're gonna say like this: "I don't care your words. I worry about your actions." You prove me with actions, I can get it. You don't prove me with actions, the words are pointless. That's what this Mercury Mars oppositions in a positive way will bring. But don't use aggravations towards communications. You are about to look the communications from within you. Are you gonna prove to yourself? You don't have to prove to others, to prove to yourself all this. Are you going to do this inner work from within you to put Mars where it's supposed to be and to put Venus when it's supposed to be? You to fix your energies, you to put the puzzle from within you for a better future to come. And that's what this process coming now. At 11 o'clock, midheaven is at Scorpio, 24 degrees. It is beautiful trines with Jupiter and Neptune. You may feel the energies right now. It's like, I saw the destruction. I saw the things. I saw what happened. Now I'm going to begin to rebuild. Now I don't have to prove somebody. I have to prove to me. That's how I know I will heal. But midheaven, it's oppositions with Uranus. But don't forget, Uranus and the North Node, they are divine energies with love, which is Venus, and communications. That it is Mercury. And they are in a very powerful aspects with this. Mercury, it is a beautiful sextile with Saturn. Talk about lessons. Did you learn your lessons? Because Saturn is in trine with Mars, shows that lessons to Mars. Mars has to make sure from within you that you learn your lessons so you can have the courage, faith from within the love. Otherwise, it is in fight. And that's what this fight it is right now, that it is existing at the current moment. So at 12 o'clock at noon, midheaven, it is at 8 degrees of Sag, another divine energies that begin to felt with Uranus and the North Nodes, and it's very close to Venus and Mercury. Right now in Sag, we have the Sun, also that it's at 4 degrees, 25 minutes, but that is a beautiful divine energies with Lilith. You look at it, the Lilith and the family. Maybe if there was something within the family, situations within the family, you are going to look deeply from within. Lilith is retrograde, Mars is retrograde, Uranus is a retrograde, Chiron is a retrograde, Neptune is a retrograde. So a lot of shadow soul work, soul reach from with all these energies right now. Okay. So it's going to be a very beautiful energy. The ascendant actually is with Saturn, or lessons that needs to be learned. You maybe look at it, these lessons. They are going to be involved. The Venus Mercury conjunctions together with Saturn and the ascendant pointing towards Mars. You will understand that the masculine, they don't believe in words. They believe in actions because that's what Mars says. Mars is action actually in the world. So at 1 o'clock midheaven, it's 22 degrees of Sag. That is energy that you are have to dealing with this. You may not like that the Mars wants these situations. Venus wants the divine love, and Mars says, "Prove it, show it to me." I I have to, this is going to be like Thomas, who went to Jesus and said, "I will believe if I put my finger in your ribs to make sure you resurrected." He touched it, and then he believed, and he said, "It's very beautiful for those who didn't saw, but they believe." So big lessons there with Mars. You need to understand Mars is going to be very intense, specifically this hour, because the ascendant is at 15 degrees in Pisces. There's going to be a square towards the ascendant. There is a square towards Neptune. There is oppositions with Venus and Mercury. There's a lot going on in the masculine energy, but is the same time Venus and Mercury have these oppositions with Mars, but they have squares with the ascendant as well. So you're going to see the glimpses from within. But again, this divine energies between Mercury and Venus with Uranus and the North Node is going to lead you to a proper situations. Also, the moon that is at 12 degrees of Capricorn, it is trining there. And it's also have a sextile with the ascendant. So listen to your intuitions in the soul from within. All right. But pay attention to your pressure, to your Mars energies inside of you. Okay. Purity Passion, Lisa, Josh, thank you. Thank you guys for coming in. So at 2 o'clock, midheaven is squaring Jupiter. It's very close to the moon. This energy of actions, it's like my actions. What do they do? What's going on with this? Jupiter is also begin to be squaring with Lilith, and Lilith stopped having divine energies with their authority. Lilith wants its own things. Lilith wants to control. Lilith wants to have all this. And be careful with this energy because this is going to be the toxic energies between the feminine, distort energy within the masculine side of you. what it is. It may be looking for lower energies from within. Midheaven, it is a square toward the ascendant, and the ascendant is at Aries at 11 degrees, together with Chiron, that is at 12 degrees. Something is not healed right. What is not healed right? That healing between the love and Mercury, your love communications from within. You need to understand those love communications, they are through a lessons. Did you learn the lessons from within? Saturn, it helps both Venus and Mercury and Mars at the same time. Learning. You may be seeking for a teacher. You may be gonna seeking for someone who to help to put this fire out between Venus and Mercury. It's gonna take you until December 8th. This energy is gonna be very, very present. So get used to it. All right. But look from inside of you. So at 3 o'clock, midheaven is together with the moon. That is it. The intuition, she's telling you what you need to do, what actions you need to take. Beautiful energy because the moon, midheaven, and Pluto, the transformations, they're all gonna come and work together for you. The ascendant is at 6 degrees of Taurus. That is something that needs to be done in the material world. Also, Pluto, midheaven, and the moon, which is the intuitions, that are in Capricorn. Earthly matters leads to actions, and actions through actions you can perform into the material world. Okay, that's what this is. Mars, because he's in Gemini, he is doesn't feel the things from within. He wants to have the actions for it. In midheaven, there is in Capricorn, there is a divine energies towards Mars. Mars is looking for divine actions. You're looking for the actions from the divine. That's how it is. He's retrograde. He's like, I gotta see these actions. You have to be accountable for what was destroyed. That's coming from Mars being square with Jupiter, but Jupiter's still in Pisces. Mars is like you have to fix what you broke. You have to fix yourself if you broke yourself. If you are broken, that's what you need to do. And that is going to bring this courage because it's coming from Saturn. Saturn teaches Mars how to get up, how to rebuild courage, how to rebuild everything from within. But Mars cannot be fixed until it doesn't stop the fight with Venus from within itself. Beautiful time. Let me tell you, it may be intense, but it's beautiful time for you to properly organize your energies inside of you. If you got this done, you are in peace. You actually get this divine energies in your life. I'm good. I'm very good. All right. So 4 p.m. The ascendant is at 26 degrees of Taurus. It is opposing 4 degrees of the sun. Begins this opposition with the sun. That is it. Sag, that is the authority. What is your authority? But right now, the authority, the sun is in trine with Jupiter. The authority from within you now begins to work on the destructions that you made. If you did something that was destroyed, now you're seeking it how to rebuild it from within you. Midheaven, it's at 4 degrees of Aquarius, is beautiful sextile with the sun, and it's a beautiful sextile with Jupiter. You're gonna take a new road. You're gonna rebel. You are gonna be reinvented things from within you. You're gonna seek a new path, new road, and that is gonna be remind you that you are have to get to a different situations in life. Maybe life forcing you, which is the sudden changes, which is Uranus and the North Node. There are at Taurus, but you look at the sudden changes from within. They're gonna come from the divine. You're gonna be kind of like forced to it. So pay attention to this energy. Midheaven is gonna help you a lot during these times. Pay attention. Plus the moon. with this trines with the North Node and Uranus is going to help you. 5 p.m. lessons. Midheaven, it's at 19 degrees, 29 minutes with Aquarius, and Saturn is at 19 degrees, 36 minutes. So basically, they're perfect conjunction. There, you are going to be learning your lessons. You get in the lessons, you understand this lesson from within. That is going to be that energy from Venus and Mercury that going through Saturn, and Saturn gives two messages to Mars, but also the ascendant. The ascendant energy is at 14 degrees within Gemini. So you'll see all this, how it's correlated from within inside of you. Okay? So this things is gonna rise up, it's gonna coming in, they're gonna be coming in with all this from inside. But that fight between fire and ice, if you see the picture on the clip, is gonna be mm, built, built, built. But you need to understand everything is in the air. The midheaven and Saturn, they're in Aquarius, air energy. Ascendant is in Gemini together with Mars. They are in the air energy. So you're gonna feel the vibrations, the energies, beautiful from within. Take that from within yourself. 6 p.m. The midheaven is at 5 degrees. It's squaring the sun. That is the authority. What authority you're taking, or you're taking the authority from within. You're looking at all these situations inside of you. This squaring with Neptune between Venus and Mercury is going to increase, and so on. You're going to feel the intensity. Why? The ascendant is at 28 degrees of Gemini, very close to Lilith, that is at 1 degrees of Cancer. So all those energies, they are squaring Jupiter and Neptune. But the square within Mercury with Neptune, the wrong vision, the wrong situations, what you didn't see behind the veil, what you didn't see within the divine. Now you may express aggravations, visions. That's what this is. You not to trust those visions, you to trust the intuitions, because the moon is in divine energies with the ascendant, and the moon, it is seeking how this to be rebuilt inside of it. So you have two visions: the aggravating Venus with Mercury, that it's because of pointing finger of Mars, or Mars, that it's pointing the finger of Venus, and the communications in there. So you're gonna have a lot of internal conflicts to solve from within. But this is gonna be helping you. You can't just let the mud to set down. You have to fix the mud from within. Otherwise, you stay in the mud. The mud stays from within yourself. So at 7 o'clock, the midheaven is together with Neptune. A lot of intensity begins inside. You may see distort views, distort energies there. You begin to feel these energies between 7 and 8 o'clock because of all this internal fight that begins. You're going to feel those energies. You're going to be more focused in there. But if you focus on the intense energies, on the fight, you're going to missing the growth. And what is the growth? Midheaven is sextile with the North Node and Uranus. Uranus is in sextile with the ascendant and Cancer, about family. You may looking at and taking actions, but don't think about the consequences after, about the family. And right now, the moon it is opposing the ascendant. The ascendant is at 12 degrees of Cancer. The moon at 16 degrees of Capricorn. Are you going to do the work in the name of the family? How that works, though, the moon is sextile with the midheaven and Neptune, which is giving you the visions from within yourself. Midheaven is sextile with the North Node and Uranus, and Uranus and the North Node are sextile with the ascendant. You have to go through the chain of events, not to the direct oppositions and fights in you. Also, the ascendant, it is in divine energies, yacht together with Venus and Mercury. This is if you put proper space. I understand this is masculine energies. I can't find masculine energies with masculine energies. I have to cooperate with the feminine energies with the masculine from within me. It is the same thing with the masculine. I cannot fight with the feminine energies because feminine with feminine doesn't lead to any good. So now, instead of fighting, it is about to understanding the energies. And that is going to be a very good period until the September 7th. But yeah, inner work. You think you're stopping the inner work? No, it's always there. But if you've done it, it's not there because guess what? You fixed it from within yourself. So 8 o'clock p.m., the midheaven is going to be with Chiron. Talking about this 8 p.m. energy. That is a when the moon and Pluto and ascendant because becomes fighting now within these transformations. Are you going to transform these energies? You're going to take the charge of that authority from within you to heal that. Midheaven is pretty much together with Chiron. There is have a beautiful trine with the authority. Are you going to take the authority to put those energies in place? Are you going to put the authority from within you to put everything inside of you? You're going to reorganize this. And Jupiter is going to help you because Jupiter is in trine with the sun, the authority. Maybe have something to do with your father situations, maybe a lot of growth that needs to be done. Okay. But also the midheaven is in trine with Venus and Mercury and also Chiron. Healing. That's what the healing part is. This energy is going to help you tremendously, you to heal your life from in you. 9 o'clock, midheaven is at 23 degrees of Aries. It's got a square towards the moon and Pluto. Maybe some of you, the intuitions, the situations that you wanted to happen from within didn't happen. Ascendant, it is within 6 degrees of Leo. It is opposing Pluto. That part of, well, I'm in charge. I can do the things the way I want. But Pluto says, no, 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 no. Midheaven is squaring these transformations. And some of you is going to feel like they don't want to transform. They don't want to change. But if you're good, looking at the good energies, the ascendant at 6 degrees is a trine with Jupiter. Jupiter is entwined with the sun, and sun is a trine with the ascendant. You're looking from within the future inside of you. You're going to look at this future energies that comes in, or you're taking actions without thinking about the future. So now this divine energy is going to pop in from within you. The reason it is because the ascendant also has a trine with Venus and Mercury. So this beautiful energy begins from the ascendant. It goes to Venus and Mercury. From Venus and Mercury, it goes towards Uranus in the North Node, but also goes towards Saturn to heal these oppositions with Mars. Negotiations, reconciliations, something that needs to be done through a third party because it's going to need this third party. Who is the third party? In you, divine, the divine teacher, which is Saturn, is. A lot of lessons, but beautiful. So at 10 o'clock, the ascendant is at 18 degrees of Leo, opposing Saturn, and of course, trigger all this Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus situations. Midheaven is in Taurus, close to the North Node, divine energies. Again, you look these divine energies now. You look at it, what did it happen, what it was done. You still having this Leo, Taurus, Aquarius situation in you? Maybe, possibly, so on. Did you heal that shadow work? Did you become this cooperational personality, or you still, I am the king, I am the queen, I'm the leader? It's divine is the leader in art. Divine says what's happening in art, not your pushing and so on. Can't push. Right now, though, the moon has a divine energies with Mars and the ascendant and Leo. A has divine energies with the moon, divine energies in play. The intuitions, it tells within your king or queen personality sub-self, you have to learn to go towards the divine energies. Since Mars is retrograde, this energy is going to be in a good way. You have not changed this, you're going to fight with Venus. You're going to fight with what was destroyed. You're going to fight, but when you fight, you're not going to grow. That's what this square between Jupiter and Mars is there. You have to learn to cooperate. A lot of you is going to feel this energy. All right, so at 11 o'clock, midheaven, it's still in Taurus. There's going to be this beautiful energy that fixed within the divine. Beautiful trines with the moon. It's beautiful divine energies between the moon and Mars. It's a beautiful trines, sextiles. What can you say? What can you say? The ascendant is in Virgo, though. And that ascendant in Virgo, it is squaring the authority. And you might have to go over the authority of someone. You may have to go the authority against yourself or the authority of the ego from within to organize the situations from within yourself. But the divine energies, they're going to be highly, highly increased during this time. And I want to give you 12 o'clock because at 12 o'clock at midnight, there's going to be midheaven that it's going to be opposing this. If you haven't solved this situation, you haven't solved this fight, you are probably not going to have sleep. This is going to be the intense energies that ye did not fix the situations. You didn't solve this. It's always going to be in your mind. It's not organized. And what is that going on? That goes on because midheaven, it is in Gemini. The ascendant isn't Virgo. That squares the sun, that squares Venus and Mercury. And midheaven opposing Venus, Mercury, and the sun is not going to be get this. This is going to be intense energies in the air. So look from within yourself. Do your inner work. If you did that inner work, Uranus and the North Node, they're beautiful trine with the ascendant, and ascendant is beautiful trine with the moon. Emotions, visions, cooperations with divine. It's going to help you to find this inner peace inside of you. So that was it. Report for today. If you guys have some any questions, anything, um, just to remind you that 4:30 we are going to be come back to the main channel today. We're going to be talking about working in the grid. Going to be general informations for it. Uh, look inside of you. And again, if you have something within this four zodiac signs that I mentioned there, that is a Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces, take a look. What's going on with your life? If you need some astrogravitational report, you can contact me over the Facebook, and let's see if we can help you from within. If you have questions, you can ask now. If not, let's go, guys. Let's share the love here, and we're gonna see each other at 4:30, which is gonna be in about 4 hours from now in the main channel. All right, guys. Thank you for watching it, loving you, and hopefully this report helps you in your life. Be loved.